Welcome everybody to Catfish Weekly on with Josh and Chad. I'm Lyle, and what was it you was just saying a minute ago, Chad?
Ho, ho. You both ho, ho, hoes.
Oh,
That's what I thought you said.
Sorry, my ball. Oh, my ball makes a lot of
Oh,
noise.
Josh, member for 35 months. Holy moly! Thank you, sir.
been a little bit.
Yeah, that's quite a little bit. Are you guys all ready for Christmas?
For the most part.
I
I
think I
bet
might start
Josh
shopping
is, or
tomorrow.
John is.
John is, Caitlin is, but I've still got to wrap some presents. But that's going to be tomorrow evening or maybe later on tonight. I'm not sure.
Hey, you never know.
I started thinking about it today. I'll probably start shopping tomorrow.
Oh, heck yeah, Bug Man. That's awesome.
I'm in for the Baldwin Bash New Year's Day.
Oh, nice.
There you go. The weather up through next weekend here is not going to be too bad. Now that far out, I don't have a report, but uh, through next weekend, it's not too bad. 50s and such.
I was gonna say,
And
yeah, we're in the 50s from here on out for at least a week.
Yeah, and that's pretty good for this
And
time of year.
actually, so this Saturday is gonna be a high of 61.
oh
Yeah, I don't
wow,
have that, but hey,
oops,
Mark, 44 months a member. Thank you so much, old buddy. I have to
let's see, get
see
that back
everybody in
on.
here tonight. The eve of Christmas Eve.
Have you got all the reindeer gassed up, Lyle?
Oh yeah, I fed them beans tonight.
Why would you do that? You got to ride behind those
I was gonna
things.
say, no
Well,
doubt.
they gotta leave a little present everywhere they stop that way.
Ooh,
Landmines. I This afternoon I was looking out the window and we have a little girl lives across the street, and then down the street at the very end before it makes a real sharp corner, there's a house on the left and a house on the right. Both of them have small children. And for the most part, they stay around and play back and forth across the street. And I worry about them because these people run up down the street, they don't have any idea how fast they're supposed to be going. They just wide open and slam on the brake. But they've been venturing out, and they was up here actually in the ditch at our house. We're right next to the road. And I'm thinking, man, that's right where my dog goes and leaves them landmines. You guys are going to
oh,
be in a mess and take it home with you. And actually, I find that kind of entertaining. But I, that's
oh,
just
that's
me.
awful.
Oh, I'm hitting the buttons.
Whoop.
Let me move my mouse hit something and started highlighting and stuff.
Well, stop it.
Bugman says, Chad Claus, can I have a boat for Christmas?
You can have Lyle's. He don't use it.
Oh, that's
That's not
true.
true. I
There
do use it.
Really, really.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about lies put you on a naughty list?
Pardon me?
I said, do we want to talk about lies put you on a naughty list?
No, there's D, a
There's
member
the
for 43 months. Thank you, D. Appreciate it very much. Are you going to welcome everybody in
I
the
was
show?
waiting for the cue. I was
Well, here it
way up
is.
here at the top.
have to tell them to do everything.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt all this fancy conversation you all were having about turd droppings from the sky, and
It's called landmines.
Not if it
mhm,
falls from the sky, it isn't.
No, no, it's
it's an aerial delivery. So,
that's
Yeah,
right.
that's a bomb.
That's a DHL special.
uh, what's up, Mister Sampy? Kevin Gibbons that says Merry Christmas from Texas. Excuse me. We got downtown Ernie Brown, Jersey River Rat, Smoky Mountain Catfishing, Crappie Day Darren, our buddy Bugman 22. We got Dan Brewer, 922 Crappie Barbecue, Mr. Creole Catfishing, FOA Customs and Gear, Burrito Catfishing Lady. What's up, Lisa?
Brandy.
Nebraska Wildcats.
Give me just a moment here.
You good? Mark from Catfishing Crappie, the weekend angler. Rowdy Royal, good afternoon, evening, depends on where you're at. 205 Wild Action. Keeps rolling. There's Mr. Greg Burgess. Parker Pursuits. Parker was out doing some fishing this afternoon.
Good for him.
Him and Danny Stone.
Together?
Oh, they were on the live together. They weren't fishing together, though.
Okay.
I heard Brian B. sniffing, you know what's. Wabash Nate. Kevin Hendrickson. Hey, just made it home, says Danny Stone Outdoors. I hope you're feeling a little bit better. He got out. He's probably in trouble now that he's home, but he got to go out. He's been sick all weekend.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
What is the name? What name is on Chad's head? What's up, Jeff Beal? Brandy Brooks says, "What's up, Lyle?" Miss Cindy Stokes. That's my favorite Stokes. Don't tell Lyle. I keep scrolling. I'm down to the bottom now.
All right.
And there's Mr. Mike Irvin. I hope you're feeling better as well, my friend.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all right. And I think I've got them all. If I missed you, please blame it on Lyle.
Yeah, go ahead.
But if not,
Have you noticed, Chad, that we haven't had any tournament results in the last few shows?
We have noticed that.
Yeah. They must knock it off for the winter.
Well, people think it's a little cold, and there's definitely a lot less fishing that goes on these next 2 months.
That is true.
With a lot of folks, not everybody.
That's right. That's right. Well, it's as long as there's no hard water, you can pretty much go.
Yeah, we were just starting to freeze over in the creeks where we launch, and then we hit a nice warm snap. So should be keeping that water just warm enough.
Good deal.
Up here.
Good. There we go.
You're back.
Oh, I'm back.
You really should warn people before just rushing your face into.
No, I like to surprise people. It's just more fun.
You should have surprised us with that.
Now you got Chad nervous.
Would any of you boys like some cookies?
That's not really too good. They do look good.
Oh, they
taste. You made those, right?
I made them from scratch.
Lyle, you get to try them here in about 24 hours.
They'll be sitting right next to all the bottles of bourbon that I have out there.
Sweet.
But you can only have one drink out of one bottle.
Okay.
Well, after what you did to me last time with the bottle that I brought you, you're lucky you're getting any.
I misunderstood you.
See, Danny Stone's joined us. Danny, I hope you're feeling better, brother. I watched a little bit of his live today. I didn't get a chance to watch all of it.
I didn't even know they was live today.
Yeah, he did an impromptu live. I think he escaped. And
I wonder what Mrs. Stone says.
He said he was going to be at the doghouse. So,
well, if it's got to be one of us, I'd much rather be him than me.
There's Benoit Fishing Outdoors. Good evening, Gabby and Allison.
Great to see you girls in here tonight.
Yeah, I've been on a baking kick the last week and a half. I think I've probably made 5 or 6 dozen cookies.
Wow, you're gonna make somebody a hell of a housewife one day.
I'm making one now. I made some for my team. They were in last week, so I took some. I made 2 different days. I had to make them, and then I just made these yesterday. So, and that's about half of what I made.
Oh wow!
So,
that's a lot of cookies.
It is a lot of cookies.
Lots of cookies. Lots
The
of
kids
cookies.
liked them though.
Did you make one of them? What is it that everybody has at Christmas time that nobody eats?
Oh, a fruit cake.
Fruit cake. Did you make a fruit cake?
No, I didn't make a mark.
I'm convinced there's only actually one of those things, and it's just been passed around from person to person for like
I'm
100
thinking
years or
it's
more.
like 40 years old.
Okay,
Yeah,
I can't
it's
wear this hat.
Oh man.
I can't wear this hat no more.
Okay.
Mark says Chatty Crocker.
Hey, you know what? At least I'm eating good when I want.
That's
There
right.
you go.
They were a real good dessert after that 5-pound pork tenderloin that I made this afternoon.
Man, that sounds so good.
It was really good.
Is
Smoked
that
it.
a dockery thing that just popped up there?
A dockery thing.
I
Yeah.
saw something just pop up in the middle. I don't know what that was.
It says support this stream, buy Lyle some bass fishing lures.
Oh,
Gotta be dockery's gotta be behind that. Even if it's you, Josh, I'm gonna blame it on dockery. After all, it's Christmas time. I don't want him to feel left out.
Well, yeah, there we go.
so what fella's been up to?
Not a whole
I've
heck of a
been-
lot.
I've been sick, to be quite honest, and sleeping a lot.
Anybody go do some fishing like I did this weekend? No,
I did not get to do any fishing this weekend. I did go and check out a boat ramp that the last time I was down there, which was about 5 or 6 years ago, the ramp was trash. It was unusable. It was broken up concrete. There, you would have tore the axle from underneath your trailer if you tried to use it.
Man.
So I had to run over to Harrisburg to pick something up yesterday, and I was talking to a buddy of mine on the phone, and we got to talking about that stretch of the river just down from there. And I pulled it up on Google Maps, and it showed a real nice boat ramp with a courtesy dock down there right onto the Ohio River. And he goes, well, you remember last time we were down there, it was trash. I said, yeah. I said, I got to drive down and look now. They have fixed that riverfront up.
Really?
Made a ton of parking, nice concreted parking lot, good double lane ramp, double lane courtesy dock. It's for the river. It's pretty nice.
Very good.
Well, let me ask you guys this, because Thursday night I had a show, made a joke about Watts Bar is only like 3.5 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Found a boat dock or boat ramp that was 4 hours away, marked it. Decided Friday evening that me and my buddy was just going to randomly take a road trip. Got up at 3 a.m., left out at 4, and got down there. And then we started driving to this boat ramp and started seeing some of these other creeks and their boat ramps, and was like, we may not be able to launch our boat. I know they draw water down in the wintertime to like a winter pool.
Oh, yeah. Corps Engineers Lakes. Yes.
They do it all around on every lake here.
But why do they draw them down so far this early in the year? I can see doing it, say, a month before the
Mhm.
typical flood season.
Because of the fall flooding that sometimes occurs.
Yeah. They do it in
What? I've never
anticipation
seen
of flooding.
Fall flooding. Come
I
on.
have to tell you, and I've said this many times, the Corps of Engineers needs to be defunct. I hope that is a priority on Donald Trump's agenda. Because they know less about water control than anybody I know. They really do.
Mhm.
I've tore up more stuff duck hunting due to them guys than is even fathomable. It's
I
just
had a buddy get stuck back in a cove one time on Gunnersville because the Corps of Engineers decided to just dump off as much water as they could in a hurry.
Well, I was astounded driving back there, and I mean, literally, it was just like you just said. Big bays were completely empty. They didn't even have hardly like puddles in them.
I'll tell you how bad it gets here, Chad. Lake of the Ozarks is owned by Ameren UE, but the water depth is controlled by the Corps of Engineers,
Mm-hmm.
and they have all of the, for the most part, all the ramps around it. And when they draw it down for winter pool, all these people, it's got them great big huge, million-dollar houses are sitting there with their boats up on a thing and no water under them. They draw it down that far, and they won't be able to get that back until after the spring floods. They won't even be able to put their boats back in the water. Ray
Ray
Smith,
Smith.
thank you so
Yep, thank
much.
you. It's,
But-
it's still here, there, Nate. I still got it right here, buddy.
But yeah, they have very poor management on any water system I've ever seen. They're horrible.
Yeah. I like I said, I understand what you're saying, or maybe there's some flooding that goes on, but there is when you can't hardly access it anywhere.
Yeah, that gets to be an issue.
I mean, luckily the one that it just happened, the one that I marked to go to, we were able to launch. We went around a couple little islands that were, we made our way around the islands, but we only had about a 15, 20 yard, width going around them that we could get through before we could get out to the main body before we went out to the, main river. So I just it didn't make any sense to me that you would draw it down that much, because obviously, your major flooding's typically springtime, right? I mean, outside of like the early fall when you have just some weird torrential downpours or
rains
hurricanes or something like that. But
yeah, you get the spring rains plus that, you start getting the melt. If you've had any snow accumulation up north, that melt, that's extra water. But no, they start drawing it down. They started I want to say they started Kentucky Lake right after Labor Day this year.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Wow.
Depends on what body of water and what particular guy is over top of it.
Parker's got a real good point there.
Down in the winter, you can earmark a lot of exposed structure and ledges for reference.
Mm-hmm.
And go find all them hooks and stuff you lost all summer.
Oh yeah, when they, especially like you go back behind Kentucky Dam when they draw the water way down back there, and you can pick up. You just bring you a 5-gallon bucket along, just start picking up lead sinkers.
You betcha. And if you don't like them, you just melt them down and build you something.
And that's what I do with them. I take them home and make new sinkers.
You betcha. And they're shiny. Once you get all that crap scraped off the top, they're just shiny new.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool.
Oh, Lisa, there's
welcome, buddy.
Nothing worse than a toothache.
Unless you're James Dockery and you go to the dentist and they pull the wrong tooth.
Oh yeah,
I forgot about that.
I didn't forget about that.
Such a jerk.
Danny must be feeling better. He wants he's getting ready to eat a McRib. So.
Hey, you.
No wrong with that. What are we talking about here tonight, boys?
We're just kind of elfing around tonight.
Twas the night before.
The night before Christmas.
I figured we would have been making fun of elves and stuff based off of the thumbnail.
Well, we can always make fun of Dockery, but
you're gonna make him mad.
See no reason not to.
He's already mad. I'm already getting messages now.
I've been getting them.
Oh, yep.
He's very colorful tonight.
He's an angry elf.
Yes, he is, to say the least.
Christmas Eve.
Well, this weekend made me posed me a question to you guys and those in chat. So, if you were going to randomly decide the day before to pack up and head to a fishing spot for the day that was not in your immediate local area, so you had to drive a minimum of, we're going to say 3 hours, where would you go?
I'm going Lake Ozark and go fish with Lyle.
Yeah, well,
you're going to go fish alone. Okay. Where would you go, Lyle?
Depending on the weather. If the weather was decent, I'd probably go to St. Louis.
St. Louis.
I'd fish below the Alton Dam, yeah.
Okay. What about you folks in chat? If you're going to just randomly, hey, I want to go fishing. I don't want to fish anywhere around
And you're
here.
going where you're at. There's a destination right there. Go to
That
Baldwin.
is true. We will not be making the Baldwin Bash this year.
You ain't gonna make it this year.
Could not. No, can't get the time off, and the days this year are just falling different.
That would sure be some fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. I mean, we brought about, I don't know, 20 something. I think it was like 23 of them home last year. It was a good day.
Yeah, you guys had quite a few last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cold last year too.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, but don't they need to take some of them fish out of Baldwin?
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, I wouldn't release a blue in Baldwin unless
Yeah,
you
it
just
seems
don't
to
have
me
no
like
way
it's
of
way
taking them home.
overpopulated.
Yeah.
Unless it's bigger than say 10 pounds or so. But those 2 to 5 pound fish, take all of them you can catch.
Oh God, yeah.
It'll help the
they're good eating.
population
So
there a great deal, I think.
Well, that was our plan last year. We were going to load up like tons and tons of them, bring them home.
mhm.
But it started out honestly last year was kind of a struggle, and then we finally started getting on them really good, one after another for a while,
Yeah.
and
I
then
remember Christina caught a real nice one there last year. So
yeah. Well, we put a few back last year that they were pretty decent size. But I really like I told you guys before I really like that 3 to 8 pound range when it comes to keeping like blue cats.
Yeah.
So and I like that 2 to 5 pound on the channel cats. So
yeah, those Baldwin blues are good eating.
They
Parker
get
says.
too big. They get blue cats get rubbery and tough if
Mhm.
they get real big. But and guys will say no, they don't. Well, yes, they do. Just like anything else that gets big. You know.
David Smith, thank you, buddy.
David,
Thank you, David. We appreciate it very much.
Merry Christmas, man.
You get an old bull that's run around his whole life, weighs 2,500 pounds. He's tough to eat too. They're just not anything that's that
but
old.
I tell you what, I'm gonna chew on. I'm gonna chew. I'll try it.
Yeah, you're gonna cut him up into hamburgers. What you're gonna do?
Hey, I'm gonna do it. That's fine.
That's right.
You've had the old bull.
Yeah. Merry Christmas to you, David. No, thank you very much for that.
Yes, thank you. Stonefly said be 60 in southeast Ohio Thursday.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like Saturday's the high of 61. We got some rain moving in. It was actually started to rain a little bit ago. I know we're supposed to get rain all day tomorrow. I don't know about Christmas, but it's going to be in the 50s for Christmas.
Yeah, I'm looking at 50,
Yeah, we're up to. Well, let's see. That's Baldwin. Hold on a second here, Marion.
upper 50s through next Monday.
Yeah, we've gone up from a 50% chance of rain to 70% tomorrow. So
Yeah,
You know what this is setting us up for, though?
snow.
The bottom about to drop out like it did the last 2 years in that big Arctic
That
blast.
big Arctic blast to come through. I don't know though. We don't have any cool weather in the forecast.
Just wait, Josh.
I'm sure it's coming. I know.
It's due.
But we're looking all the way through the end of this week in the 50s and 60s.
I don't have no 60s, but
I got a feeling it'll hit the around the January 8th to 11th mark because we'll have the winter blues coming up.
That'd be about the time, yeah.
And that'll be when it is, so everybody can hate me because I always pick the wrong dates.
You pick February, it's cold in February. You pick January, it's cold then. It doesn't matter when you pick. The week before will be 60, and the week that you have it'll be negative 60.
That's
but
right. I see Pontoon Jody has joined us.
Hey, Jody.
Howdy.
Ernie says rain and can't hunt. Too bad, buddy.
I may go out tomorrow, and even if it is going to rain, I can grab the rain gear and go tie up underneath the highway bridge and try to catch some of those crappie again. So
that'd be all right.
Oh, that's what I was looking at. We're supposed to have rain, but the wind's not supposed to be bad.
And that's what I was looking at. Today was windy. Today was real windy. I would not have wanted to be out there, which I couldn't have anyway. I picked up an overtime shift today and went in and had a super easy day for being on overtime.
Good.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Mark Barnum says no snow in the corn patch till next year.
Whoops, sorry, I didn't miss that. What?
Mark Barnum said no snow in the corn patch till next year. He lives up in Iowa,
Ah,
which pretty much is the corn patch.
Time for a song.
but that was what made it rough on Saturday. It was a little bit cold.
We can't play the Dockery song anymore.
No, we got to recut that with. I found a new Jingle Bells that we could put in there to make it do it.
But we can play it for his benefit sometime when.
Oh, we don't have the old video anymore. I'd have to go back and get that one. The one with Dockery and Scrooge.
That's too bad.
I had to go back and dig that one up.
Let's see what it says here.
Well, he is kind of a Scrooge.
So it is going to be windy this weekend.
Is it?
Yeah, we got 11-mile-an-hour winds coming out of the south on Saturday and 12
Oh,
on
that's
Sunday.
not bad.
But it's coming up the river.
Yeah, and it's also, when you're looking at 11 and 12 mile an hour, it's going to be 15, 20, 25 mile an hour gust at the least, especially on the water. And that's what we kept running into Saturday. That was what made it was, coming straight up the river where we were at.
I don't know if there it kind of. Ernie Brown just sent me that trail cam photo.
Pretty good.
He's got one. Had one out there this morning checking his trail cam out.
Awesome. Man, that boy's got a mouth on him tonight.
Who's that? Oh, Dockery?
Yeah.
What's he saying now?
I did. That was a great.
What do you think?
Oh, well, yeah. He's telling stories again.
I don't know what's up with him. We're nothing but nice to that guy.
You put him in a thumbnail, and he still gets mad.
Well, he's behind me, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, he's over there.
There.
Right
Yeah.
there.
Right there.
Always good to see him.
And actually, I like it because it looks like he's holding a guitar too.
It does look like he's holding a guitar.
I think he's got a hold of something else, but what do I know?
Stop it.
That's not very nice.
Well, I mean, you just don't know about him.
Let's see.
Just don't know about him.
No, we're
Kenny
looking.
Stone says that's the best Christmas video ever.
Oh, I love that Christmas.
Oh, it
video.
was great.
Video.
Yeah, it really was.
Let's see. Tomorrow, what? Tuesday?
It's a
South
shame
winds
you
around.
to share with everybody.
South winds around 5. I could deal with that tomorrow.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, that 5 is not bad at all.
Well, that's what I was hoping for, but it's not looking good.
Are
So,
you fishing this weekend, Chadwick?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out what the plan is here. We've got.
How much are you off over the holidays?
I'm off Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. I get a 2 4-day week with an off day right in the smack in the middle of it.
There you go.
See, I'm off. I was off my normal days, and then I would have had Wednesday off. But Lyle's president made tomorrow a federal holiday also. So
that guy's no president of my.
I can't complain about him giving me an extra day off work. So
no, I got you on that.
Here's the dilemma. So this Saturday up here, we do have a nice high of 60, but the wind's going to be 11 plus, right? But I could go if the wife was interested to go with me on Saturday. I could go a couple hours away, have the same temperature with a little bit more chance of rain and only 3 mile an hour winds.
Yeah, I think I'd rather deal with more rain, less wind, but
I know I would.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, 3/4 inch of rain where I'm looking at here.
Promise to take her out for dinner afterwards.
No way. It's got like a 4.5, 5 hour drive home. Stop and get you some McDonald's.
You want to go or not?
You know what?
Parker said he's going to put the turkey on the smoker around 4 a.m. Then might try to get on some crappie.
There you go. He must have one of them pellet smokers or something.
Oh, those pellet smokers are nice.
That's what they
They
say.
are.
I don't. I want to keep my wood burner. I like them.
I like my
Besides, I
or
ain't
my
got nothing
pellet
else to
smoker.
do except
Yeah.
sit there and watch it.
Sit there
I
and
do.
watch it.
Yeah.
You like to sit there and watch it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I like dumping the pellets in the thing, telling it what I need, and
I was
walking
gonna
away.
say,
I take a tablet out there with me and just sit there and every once in a while throw a piece of wood in. Unless it's real cold.
not me. I go out, I push the power button on, I walk right back in here, I open up the
Mhm.
app, and I tell it what temperature I want it to get
Where you
to.
want it to stay, and you just go from there. Yeah.
Then I put the whatever I'm smoking in there, put the probe in it, tell it what temperature I want to be notified at,
Yep.
and
Not me. I like
And I
let her
found
go.
some. I found a heat shield, an aftermarket heat shield for the Pit Boss. That after Christmas time, I'm gonna buy one. So
they make one for my Oklahoma Joe, and I thought about getting one for it too. Man, everything turns out so good in it already. I don't know how it could be a lot better.
Dockery's sending messages again, and he ain't wrong this time. So
He's definitely right on the money on that one.
he every once in a while he gets one right. So
He's wrong about that too.
And I do have some catfish that I caught a couple weeks ago that I could fall out and throw on the smoker too. I've yet to smoke fish on
I
my
haven't
smoker.
smoked.
I haven't done that.
I smoked salmon once or twice, but I haven't
You know what?
smoked
I did.
catfish.
You're right. I did smoke salmon
I
once.
usually am right if you pay attention.
What'd you say?
I don't even have an argument for that. You're pretty well right. So
Oh, here
The only
we
thing
go.
that I would about smoking fish, and I haven't done it.
right there, been
Yeah,
there,
that's
done that,
right.
and it
I
is
would think
not
that you
fun.
would have to be really cautious about leaving catfish or anything that's not real thick on there too long, or you would damage it. I think it'd be a quick smoke. You know what I mean?
Maybe
I don't think it'd take
it
very long.
depends on. Well, it depends on what temp you're cooking it at too. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a super long cook either way you go. But
No, I don't think.
No, you want to low temp that.
Yeah.
Low
Just let
temp
all the smoke in it anyway.
and stick the. Don't wait to stick your probe in it. Put it in
never
right
have, never will.
on. My.
I, just saying. Just saying.
Jerry, you're a mess.
Oh,
Just saying.
I got you.
Hmm.
Mark Barnum says, Lyle, you need a mobile tie-in station, and you just tie flies while watching the smoker.
There you go.
Well,
You
I
just
do
use
have
smoked
one that
flies.
can be moved around, but I've been painting jigs a lot here lately.
David Smith says, Lyle, if you need any help on that Oklahoma Joe grill, let me know. I had to rebuild one due to wet pellets. Wet pellets will wreck a
They
auger.
wreck anything, won't they? When I bought this, the guy and his wife had bought this and they'd used it one time, and they tried to put pellets in a wood burner
Ooh.
with no success, and they
Mhm.
was instantly ready to sell it, but they actually wanted a pellet grill. They didn't want the wood burner, and they advertised it, and we run over and I bought it. And they give me the pellets. Well, I ain't got no use for them damn things. They sit out on my back porch. I'm gonna tell you something. When they get wet, they get heavy.
Mm-hmm.
That bag, I like to never got to the trash thing.
Hmm.
It was really, really heavy.
Oh, yeah. We always throw those on the burn pile. Just be done with them.
Well, I could have done that. I actually have a burn pile. I have a pecan tree. So if you have a pecan tree, you always have limbs falling out.
Yep.
You
Yep. And you
always
just
have a
save
burn.
those, and yeah, there's your smoking wood there.
There you go. Well, I had a bunch when we cut down the other pecan tree, but my favorite's hickory. I'm a hickory kind of guy.
It's not the kind of
use
wood I heard was your favorite, but
we use a fruit blend depending on what we're going to cook. I mean, if
Yeah.
we're doing pork or chicken or anything, we just use a fruit blend. Small water charters, PSA, rabbit pellets do not work. Just so you know.
That's good to know.
That way nobody tries it.
I need to go get a bag of pellet.
Good.
Fill my hopper back up. Hopefully I have enough. I got a ham that I'm gonna cook for Christmas.
How does a snowman get around town? He rides his icicle. No, not his other nose. You sickos, quit elfing around.
Stop it.
Awesome.
That's funny.
They just fit in so well with our group. I mean,
They're all right.
I love those two to death.
They'd be all right.
They're family.
I like them. How about now? Stop it, Dave Funk. Just stop it.
The Funkmeister.
Damn Buckeyes.
One
day they're getting ready to fire. Everybody's calling for the head and firing the coach, and all of a sudden now he's the savior because they beat Tennessee.
They still.
You know how you can find out if Creole's watching now, don't you?
How's that?
You just gotta say Roll Tide. If he's in here, he will. If he hears Roll Tide, he'll comment.
That's probably right. And if Laura's in there, she's liable to tell you something.
Laura have a fit. You don't say that around her.
Yeah, duh. You can also ask, hey, Creole, you still watching? Who's LSU got in the playoffs next?
Oh my!
Fishing with Squirrel.
That's bad. Hey, my buddy Squirrel.
Merry
What's
Christmas,
going on,
buddy.
Dawson? Nice to see you, buddy.
Always
Kind of doing a chill show tonight. Just
kind of
elfing
messing
around
tonight. Elfing around. And I almost got the stuff out and tied jigs tonight while we were doing this, but
I still don't know where everything's at.
Oh, look at that. Told you. That is how you find out if he's there. Parker says you can get the pellets made for wood stoves and use them. Hickory, preferably way cheaper than buying the pellets for grills. That's good to know. We buy some now we buy some stuff that's it's for horse stalls. It looks like the pellets that go in the grill. Now I don't know what kind of wood they make those out of, but we don't use those for grilling. We use them. They work good in the cat box. So we ain't grilling with the cat litter. That ain't happening.
That would be a funky flavor.
Well, if it was used, it'd really be bad, but I don't know what kind of wood they're using in that, so we ain't running it through the smoker.
I can relate.
Whoa, what the heck?
It's so amazing. I haven't seen a cat around my house in months.
So I do got to ask, Lyle.
Pardon me?
I see about in our back here quite a bit, but go ahead, Josh. Sorry.
I'm just wondering if Lyle's mailman's like fed up with him yet. I mean, this is the time of year that every kid is writing letters to Lyle.
Yeah.
We had the nicest mail lady. I never even thought to tell her about that. She's very nice, and she's been. Usually, our mail runs around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and there's been several days that she's been 5:30 this last week or so. And I happened to see her the other day, and I said, "Man, I bet you're getting tired of this." She says, "Not as tired as some of the people on the other route. Some of them are 7, 8, 9 o'clock getting in."
Oh wow!
And they start out, real early, but they have so much stuff that they're having to go back and reload their trucks during the day. They can't get it all on one day.
Jeez, oh Pete.
Yeah. Just think about that poor sucker's got to pack around walk. He's really got
Really? Sort of flavored dough. You know what? Somebody had told me we were doing something tonight. No.
What's that?
Oh, where's that at? There it is.
Chad was little. He couldn't play in the sandbox. Cat would always try to bury.
Stop it.
Oh man, there's Dieter Melhorn.
Hey, Dieter, Merry Christmas, buddy.
I'll text that goofball. Good evening. Good evening. Yeah. Playing in the sand. I ain't playing no sandbox. Did you forget about that, Josh, by the way?
Oh no, that's handled.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
Kind of scary.
Just checking, my friend. Just
Oh
checking.
yeah, that's all. All that is ready to go.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha. All right. Oh, it's starting to get warm in here. I don't know what it is. It's like around the time we start this, all of a sudden the furnace decides to work and kick on, and literally it's setting right underneath my feet, so I'm getting
Ooh, yeah, that'll warm you up.
warm.
Now, what room is it that you're doing the show in?
Right now, this is our living, in the living room, because
Okay.
until I can get some conduit ran to my building out there and get all that set up, which will be God knows how long,
Yeah.
probably a long time. I'll be doing it. They're doing a show
Yeah.
from in here for now. So, but they did say that if I can get some conduit ran out there, they can set me up nice to where I should have no problem with the service and stuff to be able to do
That'd be
stuff
good.
out there.
Yeah, you'd run you some conduit, drop you a sub panel in, and then you can put all the breakers you need out there. So
Yeah. So should be good. Let's see.
Wabash Nate now. Chad wakes up. Thought he was awake.
I'm wide awake.
yeah.
I got my coffee kicking over here. I had a nice fresh baked cookie right before we started.
You got a whole jug of them.
But I can't eat a lot of them. So most of
you
these are
got
gonna
'em.
have to go. Yeah, either I get like maybe one a day that I'm
Mhm.
allowed to have, or D and the kid are gonna have to eat the rest of these.
Yeah.
Alyssa eat very many of them.
Alyssa don't really eat much at all anyway.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Yeah.
She didn't eat a whole lot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be that way.
Caitlin goes back and forth. John ate us out of house and home. So
That's only going to get
No.
worse as he gets older.
oh, I
God,
know it.
yeah.
Remember you when you was growing up.
Yep. He hides stuff all over trying to make sure that he has snacks and everything else. You never know what you're going to find.
Rick Burgess says, I was born on the mountain in Alabama and raised in the swamps of Louisiana.
Yep. David Smith make a good point there too. Chad said, make sure you run some wire for your internet out there when you do that. Don't run it in the same conduit though. That would be bad.
Yeah, I gotta figure all that out. I haven't even thought about it. Right now, what we're trying to decide on, like a lean-to next to the garage, or building a
Mhm.
second single space garage next to it.
For the boat.
That's kind of what we're thinking. That way, it'd be a lot easier. Right now, I have to back the boat in at an angle, get out, push it the last couple feet because I got to have it turned so far.
Now, does your trailer have one of the fold away tongues on it or no?
Yes.
It does?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. One of the
Most of
greatest
them
things
do
they
now,
ever did.
don't they?
I think most
A
of
lot
them
of
do.
a lot of them do now. Yeah.
Yeah, because even though my my garage is 25 feet long, I still
Yeah.
it'll stick
With
out
the
because of
motor out the back,
motor and
the
the
tongue
trailer.
on the
Oh
front.
yeah. Yeah. You gotta.
But if it, like I said, if it's in there at nice at a 45-degree angle, it's just some a little bit of work to get it lined up. So
Man, I tell you what, I've got so much floor space right now in the garage. I ain't seen that much floor space in a while. But I got the bait tank drug out, put out that outside enclosure, got it drained the pump, washed the filter out, and it was kind of interesting when I did the teardown on that, and was checking out all those lava rocks and everything, just what all that thing had picked out of that water. Because the water never got cloudy. It never turned green. It was always crystal clear like you have coming out of your tap. So
Really?
So the filters were doing their job.
Good deal. I do have a little something I wanted to talk about right quick.
Well,
We've talked about this before, and Josh done a video on it. But the lead time batteries, um, just for an update for everybody, I got one of those from my boat. It's 24 volt, so I only have one battery, and I can run my 24-volt trolling motor. I bought a battery charger, and it didn't work right out of the box, so I ordered one from them. Worked like a charm, and the app that comes with those batteries, you just set it up to your Bluetooth, and you can check on that battery anytime you want to. In fact, I pull it up all the time just to make sure it's still fully charged.
You know what's neat about this is that is in itself just like a glowing testimonial for the ease of use. If Lyle set that app up and connected to his battery and never had to ask any one of us how to do it.
They
I'm
come with
impressed.
very good instructions, and I'm not by no means very up to speed with a lot of that stuff, but it was real easy to do, and I think it took about 5 hours to completely charge that battery,
Yeah.
and it just works really, really well. And that app, you can tell how much power you're pulling from the battery. You can tell what percentage of charge you have left, and it's amazing. I highly recommend this thing. They're really good.
I was about that close. They have a 36-volt battery, and I still have not pulled a trigger on it yet.
I was going to say you were doing the measurements on it, and it looked like we finally had it that it would fit. So
I
I
think
was
I
gonna,
think it would fit.
I have
Danny,
a
yes, your bluegill is still alive. I gathered up all the fish out of the bait tank. We netted them all, put them in a plastic tub, and we took them out to Crab Orchard. They got to be released. So
that battery.
Mark, you are not wrong.
I have a long, very long center storage in the bottom of my boat that has a door that opens up between the console. It's not a rod locker. I don't know what you call it,
Yeah.
just a big storage area. And I had thought of considered putting that battery inside there, but there's only a half inch from the top post on that battery when you get the bolt down through it to the top of the door. So I didn't think that was enough room if you hit a bump or something and
Yeah.
short something out.
Yeah, you'd have to. Now they make caps for those battery studs. You'd
Come
have
with
to
them.
for sure have one of those
Yeah,
on there.
They should come with them, but I don't think I got enough room to put them on
No.
once you put the wires and stuff on. So I just put it where it's supposed to be under the console. But I'm excited about that. That app is really very user friendly, and like I say, you just pull it up anytime you want to. You
Yeah.
just push a button; it tells you everything you need to know about it.
Hmm.
And you can shut that off. You just turn it off, and the battery doesn't gain or lose anything. It's
So
in the off position, and it'll just maintain from then. So you're ready to use it.
what? Why we're on the topic of that real quick? Because that was something I had messaged you about, Josh. Because I was concerned about because it said something about the automatic kickoff below a certain degree about if it was charging, right?
If it
So
was
can you
charging,
explain
yes.
that, and then what
Yeah,
you do about it?
lithium, the cells that lithium batteries use, those lithium iron phosphate batteries, those cells can actually be damaged if you try to charge them at too low of a temperature. And so all these lithium batteries have a BMS. They have a battery management system built into the battery.
A bowel movement system. Got it.
I mean, when it goes out, you're going to say the equivalent. So
Yeah.
you're probably not too far off, but
yeah.
In there, and part of that is a temperature probe. And so if the battery drops below, it's supposed to be about 32 degrees. If it drops below that, it will kick it out where it won't charge. That way you're not damaging the cells of your battery. Same thing if it gets too hot, but I forget what the temperature cutoff is on it on the upper end. But Danny's
Well, that
moving
was
on
one of
to
the things that
camper.
concerned me though, because my garage is not like most garages, they're not heated.
It's
Heated,
pretty low.
right?
And I
I
fish
read
year
it.
round, right? And I don't want to have to be taking batteries in and out all the time. So
I read that what it was, the temperature. I forgot what it is, but it's pretty low.
Yeah, and now they can have now they do make some that are self-heating. They have a little heating element inside of them. You can also get heating pads for them that run off the battery itself. They don't draw more than about 5 or 10 watts, but something like that would allow it to maintain a temperature where it's able to charge. So
You'd have to have the little heating pad if you lived up in Dockeryville, where it gets.
oh yeah, if you lived up where Dockery lives, or you lived up in Chicago like Mark.
Dockeryville's in cold weather.
what are those mats?
We can't call it Dockeryville. It's the wrong season. We got to call it Whoville.
Whoville.
What are those mats run?
They're not horrible. I'm trying to think of what they are. A lot of the time, guys are using ones intended for like beehives. So, little tip or trick there. If you look for the beehive ones, they're the same thing that's for the lithium batteries, but since they don't say lithium batteries, they're sold for a reasonable price instead of
Right.
So you just set
outrageous.
a battery on it.
Yeah, you just set the battery on it. Heat rises, it goes up, and then most of them you put a thermocouple on there. That way, it'll work like a crude thermostat when it gets up to temperature.
And you'd probably only need to not even hook it up unless it was around this time of year.
Yeah, you'd only.
Yeah.
Our Creo nitrous bottle heater works excellent for that.
Here's one of the other things that I have the paperwork right here. One of the really cool things about these is a 5-year warranty.
Mm-hmm. That's unheard of anymore.
It is from batteries.
Lead acid, you're only getting typically a year now.
Hell, you're not even getting a year anymore, hardly at all, unless you spend a ton of money.
Yep.
That
last I knew, it was 1 year, where used to you got like a couple years out of a.
The last one that I bought, lead acid from Rural King, had a 30-day full replacement and a 6-month prorated.
Oh wow, that's low.
And I'm like, well, just tell me your battery's a piece of junk without telling me.
Well, that's pretty much it. But yeah, they
did they send you a bunch of stickers too, Lyle? I
didn't see any.
I ended up when they sent me mine, I got all kinds of stickers and all kinds of crap. So,
but I just I've somewhere I've got that paperwork that tells, but the temperature thing is pretty low. I wouldn't worry about it here. I mean, not that it doesn't get that cold here, but not very often, really.
Doesn't get that cold at the North Pole. Got it.
Yeah, well, don't tell John anything.
I'm wondering, is the sleigh going to be lithium powered this year?
Not this year.
Not this year.
Not even the lights on it?
No.
No.
No, I have a little elf on a shelf that's going to keep that lit.
I'll be honest, that surprised me. You being the party of EVs, I figured you would have gone electric sled now, but
no.
But anyway,
nope. I'm trying to find that where it tells what the temperature is on that.
Lyle, I do have a question for you though. You get all these letters from all these kids asking for stuff. What's the weirdest thing they've ever asked you for?
Spend a day with Dockery.
Wow.
Well, you tell me that's not weird.
Well, I mean, it is weird. You know what's really cool though is Chad and I actually managed to get a hold of some of the letters.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yep.
We actually were able to get some of the actual letters written to Santa Lyle, and we'd like to share those I'm sure our audience tonight would like to.
Well,
like
I'm
to see
sure
those.
they will. Yeah.
So we'll take a look at those.
Dear Santa Lyle, oh hi, it's me, Susie. I'm 10 now, so I'm officially old enough to know how this works. You're like the catfish king, right? Instead of reindeer, you've got a sleigh pulled by flatheads and blues, which is super cool. I bet Rudolph is jealous. Anyway, I've been mostly good this year, except for that time I tried to build a fort out of Mom's tackle box. But it was for science, and science is important, right? I bet you would have done the same when you were my age. Were tackle boxes even invented back then? Were fish? Okay, back to the point. Here's my Christmas list: a magic fishing rod that only catches the biggest fish. Don't worry, I'll release the small ones like you always say. A Catfish Weekly hoodie in kid size. Grown-up ones are like tents on me. A ban on my little brother using my bait. He's a menace. Some of those fancy bobbers that light up at night, you know, so I can stay up past bedtime fishing responsibly. Oh, and tell your chief elf, Dockery, I said hi. But don't let him near my list. He'll probably either lose it or break it. Also, do you eat cookies or do I need to leave out fried catfish? If it's the fish, can you bring the tartar sauce yourself? Mom gets grumpy when I use hers. Thanks, Santa Lyle. Hope the flatheads pull you super fast this year. Love, Susie.
Dear Santa Lyle, hey there. It's me, Danny. I'm 8 now, so I'm pretty much an expert on stuff like fishing, digging up worms, and not getting caught when I raid the cookie jar. I know you're probably busy getting your sleigh tuned up for Christmas. Do you use a trolling motor, or is it just the catfish pulling you? Anyway, I've been super good this year, except for that one time I used Mum's good scissors to cut fishing line. They worked great, by the way, but now she hides them. Not cool. Here's what I want for Christmas. One of those rods you always talk about on Catfish Weekly, the kind that looks like it can handle a real monster fish, not the baby stuff I catch now. A hat like yours. My dad says it's a Santa Lyle special. Can you make my big sister quit saying I smell like stink bait? It's called authentic fisherman musk, some of that magic string you guys always talk about. I think you call it leader line, but I'm pretty sure it's magic because the fish never see it. Oh, and tell Chad to stop being so grumpy. Maybe give him a trophy that says best ego. Also, if you could talk to my dad and tell him that staying out past bedtime to fish is educational, I'd really appreciate it. Teachers like fish stories, right? Thanks, Santa Lyle. I hope you catch a huge one for Christmas dinner. Your buddy, Danny.
Dear Santa Lyle. Hey there, big guy. It's Chris. Hope the sleigh's greased up and the catfish are pulling strong this year. I know you're busy, but I've got a few things I'd like to ask for. I've been mostly good, if you don't count that one time at the boat ramp. The less said, the better, right? Here's my Christmas list. Nothing too crazy. A new rod holder. The one I've got now is held together with duct tape and prayers. One of those Catfish Weekly mugs. Mine mysteriously disappeared after my wife started using it for her tea. Not cool. A lifetime supply of those rattling floats. You know the ones. They're like magic, but I keep losing them to snags, and my buddy Jim borrowing them. A little more patience for my buddy Jeremy DeFore. That guy cracks me up, but he needs to relax before he pops a gasket. And if it's not too much trouble, maybe some better luck with the weather. Every time I plan a fishing trip, it's like Mother Nature's out to get me. I'll leave out some cookies for you. Or would you prefer hush puppies and fried catfish? Just let me know. And if the sleigh runs a little low on gas, you can borrow my trolling motor. But bring it back. Those things aren't cheap. Thanks, Santa Lyle. Hope you have a great Christmas, and I can't wait to see what you pull out of the sack this year. tight lines, Chris.
Nicely done, Josh.
Well, I mean, it had a little bit of everybody out there trying to.
I don't know why the one kid thinks I'm grumpy.
I don't know.
Yeah, I like that. It was really good.
I did find that information for you, Chad. Under specifications, operating temperature -4 Fahrenheit to 104 Fahrenheit.
Operating, but charging is 32 degrees.
Yeah, charging.
Storage. It doesn't give it just gives operating and storage. Storage is -40 to 158.
Wow.
Damn.
That's actually really impressive.
Yeah,
but
that
yeah,
is.
I know I read though a charging it would charge down to 32 degrees and then it's automatically got a kickoff.
Yeah, after 32, it wants to kick out.
Yeah, it kicks itself out though.
It will
Right,
kick.
right,
Yes,
right.
well, it will kick itself out.
So you really don't have any. You shouldn't damage it if you
No.
pay any attention at all, and if it does its job at all. But at 158, if it gets that hot, I ain't gonna be fishing anyhow.
If it gets that hot, we're all dead. So
Pretty much, yeah.
I think Danny just typed what he was, or Danny's using the speech to text thing. So
Something.
he may have got a
I think
fever from
Stacey's
being
getting
out there
on to
all
him.
day. Yeah,
Maybe so.
she might have knocked him silly.
That's not very far for Danny.
It's not. He was
Not
pretty
at all.
close already.
Hey, there's Big Bill.
So Lyle, are you having Panfish Nation on Christmas?
Probably so. Won't be long. Be a short one. Mark and I'll visit a little bit and wish everybody Merry Christmas, kind of like we did tonight.
Well, yeah. And Chad, I have the post-Christmas bait shop, I'm sure.
Yes, we will have a bait shop on Thursday night. I really, really have a need to make some people upset, make fun of people,
Ooh.
and make them upset because I've made fun of them. So
you guys, that means y'all want to watch.
yeah,
Sounds like a fun show to me.
Yeah.
yeah, you know me.
The airing of grievances.
Yeah, well that way the following Thursday it'll be a whole new year, so we can do our new year, new me. I'll promise not to make anybody upset after that, right?
Oh, and New Year, New Me. You throw all that out the window.
Lord.
I'm gonna be the same jerk I am
That's what
the
I'm
other
talking about.
365. So
Heck yeah.
it's more fun that way.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Well, I mean, figure for the New Year's resolution, you always make claims of stuff that you're not really gonna keep going with, right? Like exercise it or blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that. Then ain't no sense of me trying to say I'm going to quit making fun of the dockery because I'm not.
No.
You can leave my brother alone.
See,
Look.
Chad's getting grumpy again.
I was going to leave this whole tub of cookies
Little
out.
Danny was
Lyle.
talking about that.
But you know what, Lyle?
You're going to have one, ain't you?
I'm going to have one right now.
I don't blame you. I would too if he's sitting right beside me.
Look at that gorgeousness. Oh,
Doesn't that look good? Heck
oh,
yeah.
look at that. Baked
Does
to
look good.
perfection.
That looks really good.
Oh.
Where did you get your recipe?
Actually, I got it off of YouTube. I went through different. I mean,
wow.
I went through probably about 10, 15 different cookie recipes, and this is the one I settled on. This is really good.
They look good.
They do?
They're so nice and soft.
How soft?
I would say they're in between what's those ones? The chewy
Oh, Chips Ahoy?
Chips Ahoy one,
Yeah.
and the regular. They're not quite that chewy, and they're not hard where they're crunchy. They're a soft but firm.
Sound like they're perfect. Hi, D.
Hi, D.
She just stole my cookies.
She took them all too, didn't she? I find that extremely entertaining.
I didn't think.
Danny says he's going to lose a lot of weight in 2025, mostly 6 and 8 ounces.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's a good one.
That's good,
That
Danny.
sounds right. That sounds right.
Well, boys,
It's been a fun show.
Yes,
I'm
it
glad
has.
we done it.
Hope everybody has a good Christmas.
Absolutely.
hope everybody has a great Christmas.
We'll be back next week, and Chad's going to eat the rest of them cookies if he's man enough to take them away from D.
Yep.
Nah, I really am still trying to be semi good on
But they're
the
cookies.
eating. I get it.
Yeah,
Try not to go crazy.
Yeah, you just got to not go nuts with it. So
Wednesday night, Panfish Nation. Thursday night, the bait shop.
yeah.
Josh, are you going to do your
Yep.
New Year's?
Next Tuesday night, on New Year's Eve. Now Tuesday during the day will be the Baldwin Bash on Jerry Parker's channel, but they will do starting about probably 8 o'clock again, like we usually do. We'll go live on New Year's Eve and ring in 2025 and tie some jigs and tell some lies and just have a good old.
So Dockery's gonna be there, right?
Yeah, and it's a non it's a non PG show, so just fair warning. But we always have fun every year, so
we do. Gosh, he's just got a mouth on him.
And if people get somebody gets butt hurt and throws a fit, we're gonna find that funny too. So
that's right.
Just know that. So, but everybody, hope you have a good holiday. Spend some time with family. Do that kind of thing. So
if you're traveling, be safe. We want you back for next year.
Yep.
No
Merry
matter
Christmas,
what you
everybody.
do, if you do some fishing or anything.
That's right.
Have fun and be with your family and be safe.
Absolutely.
Merry Christmas,
everybody.